What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're having a lovely day. Guys, if you've been enjoying the content recently, make sure you guys smash the subscribe button over on YouTube and on TikTok. Go drop a follow, go drop a comment on both platforms, Let me know what you guys think of this video. Listen, guys, let's get into it. Let's get straight into it. Guys, today I'm going to be talking about sport, well, specifically football, and something that's happening in football recently. It's been going on a while now, but I haven't spoken about it yet. I know a lot of people have been talking about it. There's been a vocal crowd talking about this, and this is about a gambling promotion. Now I'm specifically talking about football. If this is occurring in any other sport, let me know. I'm talking about sponsors on the T-shirt. I'm talking about in the stadium, things like that. Even ads. I know during the game, you might have a halftime break, or you might have beforehand, before the game starts, you might have your gambling or your Heineken ads and things like that. But I'm talking also mainly about on field and in the stadium itself. For me, I'm going to talk about football specifically because that's the one I watch the most, and also containing that, I mean the Premier League. I mainly watch Premier League. Now for me, I've mainly noticed it now amongst the lower, not the lower tiered teams, but you could say the lower half or the other teams that aren't the top six, of the Premier League. And I know a team like Everton, for example, they're sponsored by, I think, Stake.com, which is a betting company. And a lot of people have been talking about this, whether this is a good thing, whether it's moral, whether it's correct, certain things like that. At the end of the day, business is business. I don't think they are factoring those decisions into we need a sponsor. Should we accept this sponsor that's a gambling company? Or if we don't accept them, it's just going to be nothing on our T-shirt. Going to rock like Chelsea. But the Chelsea kit actually looks very nice. I really like the clean, look, just the badge. And then obviously they got the Club World Cup crest. But anyway, I'm sidetracking. I'm talking about the gambling specifically now. And I think that the other thing that I was considering, is a while ago, actually, I know that Liverpool had a Carlsberg sponsor, on their jersey. And this was a while ago. And that is a alcohol brand. So could you really draw the line between saying, oh, alcohol is fine and betting is not? It's very difficult to decide whether it's right or wrong, whether a team should say no or yes, because at the end of the day, they're running a business, and it's a sport that needs business, that needs money. The players need to get played, the people need to get paid, the club needs to get paid, everything like that. Everybody needs a piece of the pie, So I'm not necessarily looking at a team and saying, oh no, you shouldn't do that. I'm not on my moral high horse of saying, no, don't do that. Don't accept the gambling sponsorship or anything like that, because the teams need funds, unless you're like City, or like a Newcastle. But for me, if you look at the stadiums, and even if you look at, I said, the halftime and the ads and things like that, it's everywhere. I think that's why people are having a bigger issue, is because it's so prevalent and it's so in your face now, compared to previously, where it was more not niche, but it was not as everywhere, not as in your face. Oh, maybe Betway was there and Hollywood Bets. Now there's a million companies, sponsoring a million different teams, and all of it's got to do with betting. And obviously there's a lot of problems with betting, gambling addiction, and people are questioning the integrity and the quality of the game, or players, throwing games because they could fall into betting habits and things like that. I know there was a few players from different sports that were fined and things like that because of the betting issues, and they say no, that they were betting on their own team or another team and things like that. But you're so surrounded with everything in terms of monetization for betting companies and gambling companies and things like that it's just everywhere. And you watch football so much, you most likely are gonna come across it. And when you see it, you're like, okay, maybe I can hit this parlay, or maybe I can just drop $50, $100 maybe on this bet and see what happens. And that's how you fall into it, And football and sport, should just be it should be, at the end of the day, it should be enjoyable. But at the end of the day, I'm more of a realist, so I know that at the end of the day, it is a company, and these companies and brands need to make money. But back in the day, even if you look at this Barca shirt, right? This Barca shirt has the UNICEF sponsor. Man, I miss those kind of jerseys, man, with the UNICEF and all the Vodafone. And then you can also go into that, tech companies. You could say, oh no, they're mining somewhere, and they've done illegitimate things and things that are in the gray area and things like that. But those are all big picture things. I mean, at the end of the day, you're just trying to watch a sport, but gambling, I think, is such a direct link to the sport because, like, maybe during the halftime, they might throw up a QR code and say, like, oh, do you think this team is going to win? Do you think you stand a good chance with these odds? Blah, 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 blah. And it's so in your face. Like I said, I think that's one of the big issues as well, that it's so in your face and that people are having a problem with it now. I think the Premier League has spoken out about it in terms of they're trying to lower it because I know it's more than half of the teams that are sponsored by like gambling brands and things like that. But yeah, let me know, guys, what you think about this. This is like, it's a bit of an old topic, but I just wanted to talk about it because like I've been seeing it also like crazy now. And I mean, if something happens like for me, I'm gonna make a video about it mainly, you know. So yeah, that's gonna be all for today's video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this topic and comment down below on if this has happened in any other sport that you watch, because I know football is like a big one, but I only watch football mainly. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Take care. Have a lovely day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.